Gyanakosha, an encyclopedia of Vedic knowledge by Pact. Vedas. Rig Veda. Hymns and Soma, Mandala 9.
ओम गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपवस्त्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणान् ब्रह्मणस्पतकान् शृण्वन्नोतिभिः वेदसादनम् स्वादिष्टया मर्दिष्टया पवस्वसोमधारया इन्द्रायुपर्पातवे सुतः रक्षोः विश्वचर्षिनिर्भि योनिमर्यो हतं दृणा हृदस्तमासदत्.
Mandala 9, Sukta 93. Rishi Naudha Gautama in meter Tristip visualize Soma Pavamana. 10 sisters pouring out the rain together, swift moving thinkers of the sage, adorn him. Hither hath run the gold-hued child of Surya and reached the vat like a fleet vigorous cursor. Even as a youngling crying to his mother, the bounteous steed hath flowed along to waters. As youth to damsel, so with milk he hastens on to thee, chose meeting place the beaker. Yeah, swollen is the udder of the milk cow, hither in streams goes very sapient Indu. The kine make ready, as with new washed treasures, the head and chief with milk within the vessels. With all the gods, O Indu Pavamana, while thou art roaring, send us wealth in horses. Hither upon her car, come willing plenty, incline to us to give us of her treasures. Now unto us meet riches, while they cleansed thee, all glorious, swelling wealth with store of heroes. Long be his life who worships thee, O Indu. May he enriched with prayer come soon and early. Sukta 94, Rishi Kanvangi Reksa in meter Tristip hailed Soma Pavamana. When beauty strive for him as for a charger, then strive the songs like soldiers for the sunlight. Acting the sage he flows enrobed in waters and song as it were, a stall that kind may prosper. The worlds expand to him who from aforetime found light to spread the law of life eternal. The swelling songs like kine within the stable in deep devotion call aloud on Indu. When the sage bears his holy wisdom round him like a car visiting all worlds, the hero becoming fame mid gods unto the mortal, wealth to the skilled, worth praise mid the ever present. For glory born be hath, come forth to glory. He giveth life and glory to the singers. They clothed in glory have become immortal. He measured in his course makes phrase successful. Stream to us foot and vigor, kine and horses, give us broad lights and fill the God with rapture. All there are easy things for thee to master thou, Pavamana Soma, quellest foeman. Sukta 95, Rishi Prashna Kanva in Tristup meter. Hail Soma Pavamana. Loud neighed the tawny steed when started, settling deep in the wooden vessel while they cleanse him. Led by the men, he takes the milk for raiment, Then shall he, through his powers, engender praise songs. As one who rows drives on his boat, he, gold-hued, sends forth his voice, loosed on the path of order. As God, the secret names of gods he utters, to be declared on sacred grass more widely. Hastening onward like the waves of water, our holy hymns are pressing nigh to Soma. To him they come with lowly adoration and longing, enter him who longs to meet them. They drain the stock, the steed who dwells on mountains, even as a bull who decks him on the upland. Hymns follow and attend him as he billows. Tirtha bears Varuna aloft in ocean. Sending thy voice out as director, loosen the invoker's thought, O Indu, as they cleanse thee, while thou and Indra rule for our advantage, may we be masters of heroic vigor. Shukta 96, Rishi Pratadhana Divadosi in meter Tristu, Hail Soma Pavamana. In forefront of the cars, forth goes the hero, the leader, winning spoil. His host rejoices. Soma endues his robes of lasting colors and blesses for his friends their calls on Indra. Men decked with golden adorn his golden tendril, incessantly with speed impelling homage. The friend of Indra mounts his car well knowing he comes thereon to meet the prayer we offer. O God, for service of the gods flow onward, for foot sublime as Indra's drink, O Soma. Making the floods bedewing earth and heaven come from the vast, comfort us while we cleanse thee. Flow for prosperity and constant vigor, flow on the happiness and high perfection. This is the wish of these friends assembled. This is my wish, O Soma Pavamana, father of holy hymn. Soma flows onward, the father of earth, father of heaven. Father of Agni, Surya's generator, the father who begot Indra and Vishnu. Brahma of gods, the leader of the poets, Rishi of sages, bull of savage creatures. Falcon amid the vultures, axe of a forest over the cleansing sea, goes Soma singing. Ei Soma Pavamana, like a river, hath stirred the wave of voice, our songs and praises. Beholding these inferior powers in cattle, he rests among them as a steed, well knowing. As Gladner, warrior never harmed in battle, with thousand genial streams, pour strength and vigor. As thoughtful Pavamana, urge O Indu, speeding the kind, the plants wave on to Indra. Dear grateful to the gods, on to the beaker, moves Soma, sweet to Indra, to delight him. With 100 powers, with 1,000 current, Indu like a strong car horse, goes to the assembly. Born in old times as finder out of treasures, drained with the stone, deckling himself in waters, warding off curses, king of all existence, he shall find way for prayer, the while they cleanse him. For our sage fathers, Soma Pavamana of old performed by thee their sacred duties. Fighting unvanquished open the enclosures, enrich us with large gifts of steeds and heroes. As thou didst flow for Manu life bestowing, focular comforter, rich in oblations, even thus flow onward now conferring riches, combine with Indra and bring forth thy weapons. Flow onward, Soma, rich in sweets and holy, and robed in waters on the fleecy summit. Settle in vessels that are full of fatness, as cheering and most gladdening drinks for Indra. Pour 100 streamed, winner of thousands, mighty at the gods' banquet, pour the rain of heaven. while thou with rivers roarest in the beaker, and blent with milk prolongest our existence, purified with our holy hymns, this Soma overtakes malignities like some strong chargers, like fresh milk poured by Aditi, like passage in ample room, or like a docile car horse. Cleansed by the presses, armed with noble weapons, stream to us the fair secret name thou bearest. Pour booty like a horse, for love of glory God, Soma, send us kine and send us Vayu. They deck him at his birth, the lovely infant, the Maruthas with their troop adorn the car horse. By songs a poet and a sage by wisdom, Soma joes singing through the cleansing filter. Light winner, Rishi-minded, Rishi maker, hymned in 1,000 hymns, leader of sages, a steed who strives to gain his third form, Soma is like Virat's resplendent as singer. Hawk seated in the bowls, bird wide extended, the banner seeking kine and wielding weapons, following close the sea, the wave of water, the great bull tells his fourth form and declares it. Like a fair youth who decorates his body, a cursor rushing to the gain of riches, a steed to herd so flowing, to the pitcher he with a roar hath passed into the beakers. Flow on with might as Pavamana, Indu flow loudly, roaring through the fleecy filter. Enter the beakers sporting, as they cleanse thee, and let thy gladdening juice make Indra joyful. His streams have been effused in all their fullness, and he hath entered, balmed with milk, the goblets. Singing his plasm, well skilled in song, a chanter becomes as it were to his friend's sister, roaring, chasing our foes thou comest, Pavamana Indu, besting as lover to his darling. As a bird flies and settles in the forest, thus Soma settles purified in goblets. With full stream and abundant milk, O Soma, thy beams come like a woman as they cleanse thee. He, gold-hued, rich in boons, brought to the waters, hath rode within the goblets of the pious. Sukta 97, Rishi Vasistha Maitravarni, in Trishtup meter, hailed Soma Pavamana. Made pure by this man's urgent zeal and impulse, the god hath to the gods his dues imparted. He goes, effused and singing, to the filter, like priest to measured seats supplied with cattle, robed in fair raiment, meet to wear in battle, a mighty sage pronouncing invocations. Roll onward to the beakers as they cleanse thee, far-seeing at the feast of gods and watchful. Dear, he is brightened on the fleecy summit, a prince among us, nobler than the noble. Roar out as thou art purified, run forward, do ye preserve us evermore with blessings. Let us sing praises to the gods, sing loudly, send ye the Soma forth for mighty riches. Let him flow sweetly flavored through the filter, and let our pious one rest in the pitcher. Winning the friendship of the deities, Indu flows in 1,000 streams to make them joyful. Praised by the men after the ancient statue, he hath come nigh for our great bliss to Indra. Flow, gold-hued, cleansing thee, to enrich the singer, let thy Jews go to Indra to support him. Come nigh, together with the gods, for bounty. Do ye preserve us evermore with blessings. The god declares the deity's generations, like Usana, proclaiming lofty wisdom. With brilliant kin, far ruling, sanctifying, the boar advances, singing to the places. The swans, the Rasanganas, from near us have brought their restless spirit to our dwelling. Friends come to Pavamana, meet for praises, and sound in concert their resistless music. He follows the white strider's rapid movement, cows low as it were, to him who sports at pleasure. He with the sharpened horn brings forth abundance, the silvery shines by night, by day the golden. Strong Indu, bathed in milk, flows on for Indra, some exciting strength to make him joyful. He quells malignities and slays the demons, the king of mighty power who brings us comfort. Then in a stream he flows, milked out with pressed stones, mingled with sweetness through the fleecy filter. Indu rejoicing in the love of Indra, the god who gladdens for the god's enjoyment. As he is purified, he pours out treasures, a god bedewing gods with his own juices. Indu hath varying qualities by seasons, on the raised fleece engaged the 10 swift fingers. The red bull bellowing to the kine advances, causing the heavens and earth to roar and thunder. Well is he beard like Indra's shout in battle, letting this voice be known he hastens hither. Swelling with milk, abounding in sweet flavors, urging the meat-rich plant thou goest onward. Raising a shout, thou flowest as they cleanse thee, when thou, O Soma, art effused for Indra. So flow thou uninspirating for rapture, aiming death shafts at him who stays the waters. Flow to us wearing thy resplendent in color, effused and eager for the kind, O Soma. Pleased with us, Indu, send us as thou flowest, good easy paths in ample space and comforts. Dispelling, as it were with a club, misfortunes run over the height, run over the fleecy summit. Pour on us rain celestial, quickly streaming, refreshing, fraught with health and ready bounty. Flow Indu, send these winds thy looser kinsmen, setting them free like locks of hair unbraided. Part like a knotted tangle while they cleanse thee, O Soma, righteous and unrighteous conduct. Nay, like a tawny cursor who is loosened, come like a youth, O God, a house possessor. For the God's service, for delight, O Indu, run over the height, run over the fleecy summit. With 1,000 streams inviolate, sweet-scented, flow on for gain of strength that conquers heroes. Without a car, without a rein to guide them, unyoked like coursers started in the contest, these brilliant drops of Soma juice run forward. Do ye, O deities, come nigh to drink them. So for our banquet of the gods, O Indu, pour down the rain of heaven into the vessels. May Soma grant us riches, sought with longing, mighty, exceeding strong with store of heroes. What time the loving spirit's word had formed him chief of all food by statues of the highest. Then loudly lowing came the cows to Indu, the chosen well-loved master in the beaker. The sage celestial, liberal, raining bounties, pours as he flows the genuine for the truthful. The king shall be effectual, strength's upholder. He by the 10 bright rains is mostly guided. He who beholds mankind, made pure with filters, the king supreme of deities and mortals, from days of old is treasure lord of riches. He Indu cherishes fair well-kept order. Haste like a steed to Vayatari of glory, to Indra's and to Vayu's entertainment. Give us food ample 1,000-fold. Be Soma the finder out of riches when they cleanse thee. Effused by us, let God delighting Somas bring as though, as they flow a home with noble heroes. Rich in all boons like priests, acquiring favor, the worshippers of heaven, the best of cheerers. So God, for service of the gods, flow onward. Flow, drink of gods for ample food. O Soma, for we go forth to war against the mighty, make heaven and earth well established by thy cleansing. Thou yoked by strong men, nayest like a cursor, swifter than thought is, like an awful lion. By paths directed hitherward, the straightest send thou us happiness, Indu, while they cleanse thee. Sprung from the gods, 100 streams, 1,000 have been effused, sages prepare and purge them. Bring us from heaven the means of winning, Indu, thou art forerunner of abundant riches. The streams of days were poured as it were from heaven. The wise king doth not treat his friend unkindly. Like a son following his father's wishes, grant to this family success and safety. Now are thy streams poured forth with all their sweetness. When purified, thou goest through the filter. The rays of kine is thy gift, Parivardhana. When born, thou madest Surya rich with brightness. Bright billowing along the path of order, thou shinest as the form of life eternal. Thou flowest on as gladdening drink for Indra, sending thy voice out with the hymns of sages. Pouring out streams at the gods' feast with service, thou Soma lookest down a heavenly eagle. Enter the Soma holding beaker, Indu, and with a roar approach the ray of Surya. Three are the voices that the cursor utters. He speaks the thought of prayer, the law of order. To the cow's master come the cows inquiring, the hens with eager longing come to Soma. To Soma come the cows, the milk kine longing, to Soma sages with their hymns inquiring. Soma effused is purified, and blended our hymns and Tristup songs unite in Soma. Thus Soma, as we pour thee into vessels, while thou art purified, flow for our welfare. Pass into Indra with a mighty roaring, make the voice swell and generate abundance. Singer of the true songs, ever watchful, Soma hath settled in the ladles when they cleanse him. Him the Atharvayus, paired and eager, follow leaders of sacrifice and skillful handed. Cleansed near the sun, as it were, he has created, hath filled full heaven and earth, and hath disclosed them. He by whose dear help men gain all their wishes, shall yield the precious meed as to a victor. He being cleansed the strengthener and increaser, Soma the bounteous, helped us with his lustre. Wherewith our sires of old, who knew the footsteps found, light and stole the cattle from the mountain. In the first vault of heaven, loud roared the ocean, king of all being, generating creatures, steer in the filter, on the fleecy summit, Soma the drop effused, hath waxen mighty. Soma the steer in that as child of waters, he chose the gods, performed that great achievement. He Pavamana granted strength to Indra, he Indu generated light in Surya. Make Vayu glad for furtherness and bounty, cheer Varuna and Mitra as they cleanse thee. Gladden the gods, gladden the host of Marutas. Make heaven and earth rejoice, O God, O Soma. Flow onward, virtuous slayer of the wicked, driving away our enemies and sickness, blending thy milk with milk which cows afford us. We are thy friends, thou art the friend of Indra. Pour us a fount of mead, a spring of treasure. Send us a hero, son, and happy fortune. Be sweet to Indra when they cleanse thee, Indu, and pour down riches on us from the ocean. Strong Soma, pressed like an impetuous cursor, had flowed in stream as a flood speeding downward. Cleansed he hath settled in his wooden dwelling. Indu hath flowed with milk and with the waters. Strong, wise for thee, who longest for his coming. This Soma here flows to the bowls, O Indra. He, chariot born, sun bright and truly potent, was poured forth like the longing of the pious. He purified with ancient vital vigor, pervading all his daughters' forms and figures, finding his threefold refuge in the waters, goes singing as a priest to the assemblies. Now, chariot born, flow unto us, God Soma, as thou art purified, flow to the sources, sweetest in waters, rich in meat and holy, as Savitar, the god, is truthful minded. To feast him, flow mid song and hymn, to Vayu, flow purified to Varuna and Mitra. Flow to the song inspiring, car-born hero, to mighty Indra, him who wields the thunder. Pour on us garments that shall clothe us meetly, send purified milk kind, abundant yielders. God Soma, send us chariot drawing horses, that they may bring us treasures bright and golden. Send to us in a stream celestial riches, send us when thou art cleansed, what earth containeth, so that thereby we may acquire possessions and rishihood in Jamadagni's manner. Pour forth this wealth with this purification, flow onward to the yellow lake, O Indu. Here too the ruddy windswept, full of wisdom, shall give a son to him who cometh quickly. Flow on for us with this purification to the famed ford of thee, whose due is glory. May the four-killer shake us down for triumph like a tree's ripe fruit, 60,000 treasures. Eagerly do we pray for those who exploits at the blue lake, and Prashna, wrought in battle, he sent our enemies to sleep and slew them, and turned away the foolish and unfriendly. Thou comest on to 3 extended filters, and hastest through each one as they cleanse thee. Thou art the giver of the gift, O Bhaga, a Meghavan for liberal lords, O Indu. This Soma here, the wise, the all-obtainer, flows on his way as king of all existence, driving the drops at our assemblies. Indu completely traverses the fleecy filter. The great inviolate are kissing Indu and singing in his place like eager sages. The wise men send him forth with 10 swift fingers and balm his form with essence of the waters. Soma, may we, with thee as Pavamana, pile up together all our spoil in battle. This boon watch of us Varuna and Mitra, and Aditi and Sindhu, earth and heaven.